Welcome, everyone. Today, a special guest, three-time Stickball Classic champion, former All-League MVP caliber Fountain Hill Stickball League player, Nick Johnson. Nick is from Fountain Hill originally, and it looks like he's joining us. He's currently residing in South Florida somewhere. Nick, thanks for joining us. Where are you right now?
Ryan, hey, thanks for having me, man. Actually, right now it's a Sunday. I'm enjoying the afternoon on the beach right now. So just wanted to make this interview for you, and I'm excited
Yeah,
to do it.
I appreciate you carving out that time from the beach. So we'll make this quick, but you are, can we confirm here live that you will be coming to the Classic? You're coming north for the Classic
That is
next?
true. That is correct. That is indeed true. I will be up Thursday, the typical Thursday to Sunday trip. I'm looking forward to it. I'm very excited.
Well, the Hillers
Yeah,
need you. The Hillers need you to stay competitive. And let's talk about the Hillers now. You've been with the Hillers members since day one. Some legendary classic performances, some walk-offs for the ages. But the past couple years, several years ago, we made a little bit of a run, but past couple years haven't been great. And talk to me about what's going on with the Hillers. Are you guys past your prime?
man, that's a good question. You know what? Right now, I would say yes. I mean, right now, I would say definitely yes. I think we're coming down the mountain right now. That doesn't mean that we're not poised for a run or that we can't make a championship run. Not at all. I just think that we just need to be clicking at the same time. You know what I mean? If we're not fielding, we're hitting. If we are hitting, we're not fielding. So I think every year it's one or the other, and we just got to have everything together, especially as we advance in the tournament. The first couple games, we're shaking out the rust, we're shaking out the nerves, and that's fine. But as probably at the third game is where it's key that we all are kind of gelling together, and that's something for the last, I don't know, 3 to 5 years we haven't had. And obviously, like I mentioned, not to mention though that the talent is diminishing as well as we get older. Our joints get older. We're slower.
Yeah.
And I know we're missing a key talent this year. One of our best players, Joey Martin, will not be there.
Oh,
So,
wow. Okay.
we're gonna have to fill that void. Um, which
Second baseman. Past couple years
shortstop,
he's played
second
really
base,
well on the left side.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, he's just done a little bit of everything for us. So that's something where somebody will have to fill in for, and it doesn't mean that we can't make the run. It just it's going to be another challenge for us.
Not to mention, Nick, you mentioned several things there, right? You guys are getting older, but when you get into that third round, the competition level increases significantly, and I think has over the years. Can you talk a little bit about that and kind of the teams that we've played and been beaten by over the years?
I mean, every year, right? There's by the third round. I mean, there's the competition is at the very top. I mean,
Yeah.
even that second game. I mean, even the second game, you get a bad matchup, you could easily lose. And I know we've lost a couple of times. I think at least twice, 1 or 2 times in the second round. But typically, yeah, it's that third game where, like I said, the competition's at its max, and there's a lot of good teams every year. I can't even name them, but you know it when you see it.
Teams like MFS are now five-time champions, and it's just amazing that the level of competition that we've seen over the years. Nick, you're going to be flying up from South Florida. We look forward to it. Any parting words or anything to the competition or any message to your team before we let you go?
No, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Very excited, and more than anything for people to remember. I mean, it's always fun, obviously, to play. Uh, everybody's competitive, everybody wants to win, but at the same time, it's always awesome seeing everybody, coming together, seeing people you really only see once a year. So just try to remember
You,
that part, but also obviously we want to win,
Yeah.
and
Before I
I'm
let you
excited.
go,
Yeah,
I'm thinking of these last minute questions before I let you go. Nick Pat and the Salisbury Falcons. Have you talked to Nick Pat? Are they playing in this year? I believe they are.
yeah, I believe I talked to him probably about a month ago. I know he's playing. I don't know if they're going to be under Salisbury or what, but
Yeah, so
they're
they're
three-time
always a
champ.
competitive team as well.
Look, there's 20, usually 26 teams. I would say at least 18 of them,
Yeah.
are always pretty decent, right? So every year it's competitive. It's not like what it used to be when we first won our championships. I mean, hey,
Yeah.
if we were on national radio or whatever, I'm sure most people would say, hey, our championships are tainted. And they very well may be. We might only have one real one, So I think this year we got to prove it as the Hillers do. And I'm looking forward to it.
All right, Nick. I really appreciate it again. Nick Johnson, Fountain Hill native, three-time Classic champion. We'll see you next week at the Classic, Nick. Thanks for joining us.
All right, Ryan. Appreciate the time, man. Thank you.
Take care. All right. Well, we're going to welcome to the Dursa Network right now. Some would call him a legendary Fountain Hill Stickball Classic player, a personality, five-time, if I have that right, five-time MFS champion. Wow, look at that. Ant Davis is nice enough to join us. Ant, thank you for being here.
No problem. It's an honor. We look forward to this preview video every year and for the classic every year. So it's an honor to be a part of it.
Yeah, I'm glad we could get you on for sure. I think you've made a name for yourself, no question about it, in the stickball community over the years. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. But before we get into it, we got to address some things. Stickball Shams tweeted out on July 10th, and it is yet to be, at least I haven't seen it confirmed or denied, so we're going to get it here live from you. On 7/10, he tweeted that you are not going to be participating in this year's tournament. And before you confirm or deny that, he later went on to tweet that it was not a mutual agreement. So I want you to address both of those issues, I guess, right now.
I can confirm that I will not be there.
Okay.
Can confirm that I will not be there. The reasoning, I cannot confirm my reasoning for why I won't be there.
That's fair. Can you say if it was mutual or non-mutual? Is there a riff? Is there a riff in the dynasty right now?
Think what's going on. Whether there's a rift or not, could have gotten into a heated argument with our star shortstop, and
wow.
That might be why I'm not going.
All right. Well, wow, things happen and they affect the stickball. What's going to happen in the Stickball Classic. So that's breaking news. Wow, I'm just trying to digest that right now because you have been a prominent, the heart and soul of this dynasty for so long. Now, some of those players would probably take umbrage with that statement. And don't get me wrong, you guys have talent, or they have talent now. And we're going to talk about that talent, but you've always been kind of the leader, at least from my perspective, watching you guys play over the years. So, again, thanks for being here, especially since you're not going to be playing this year. I appreciate you coming on. Let's talk about the MFS's success over the years. And I want you to talk kind of player by player through this lineup and what the key pieces have been to your success over the years.
Well, I'll say I remember, and I think it's a big reason kind of why we're a bit successful is we're a competitive group. We've always been, no matter what we're doing. And I still remember year one. And when I wish they still played in it, but when Slime City really kicked our teeth in our second round matchup and really did a number on us, and I remember we got a little bit of a ways to go to get to that level, but we were like, we want to be there, and so we kind of just were like, all right, like we got to clean up the defense. I think that's kind of number one. I think a lot of teams kind of overlook it when you think stickball. I think they kind of look at it as an easy sport to hit in, or it should be, because it's a lobbed ball in on a bounce. Kind of eyes get big. It looks like it's set up on a tee, but it's a lot more difficult than it looks. But defense is really where I think just the teams separate in their levels, especially
100%.
Getting towards those semis in the championship game. And so I think that was one thing we really were like lock in on. We really kind of got together. I think we owe the Fountain Hill Stickball League when it was still running. That was kind of still running in our early years. So it really gave us a chance to kind of get a little bit more reps than most people. You know, you kind of just show up week of, maybe hit a couple balls with your buddies, but you really just
Mm-hmm.
kind of, you know, do I got it? And are we ready or not? And like, sometimes you're just not. But I think the league was really a big thing that helped us out and kind of got us started. Um,
Yeah, I
but
think the league and that continuing on for as long as it did, it doesn't exist now, but that was a core piece to for all of us because it all made us better stickball players because we were playing multiple times a week. Now it's really a one-time affair, unfortunately. But talk to me. I'm gonna ask some specifics about the guys on your squad because I'm not great with names. I don't know these guys personally. I just I see him once a year at the Classic. So, talk to me about your first baseman. I mean, this guy, he's got a bat and he's quiet, but he kind of just his presence says it all, if you will. Talk to me about your first baseman. What's his name and tell me about him.
first we got Dom. Uh,
Okay.
Dom is just mitts at first.
Yeah.
He is sneaky athletic for his size. I think a lot of people don't realize that. You'll see him over at first and like he's made even some plays that have shocked me, stretching, just
Mm-hmm.
like the guys just submit. It's funny because generally every other day with our friend group, you never know what you're gonna get him. He can be a bit of a wild card, but
Okay.
he's up to the classic every year, locked in. You'll
You need those guys on your squad. You know what I mean?
see him before the games, out in between games. You'll have the headphones on, blasting like heavy metal. You'll think he's a little bit of a psychopath, but he is as locked in as it gets, and he really does have a bat.
Yeah, he does.
He when he gets a hold of it, he's hit the ball, farther than I think I've seen a lot of other people do it. I remember like last year or 2 years ago, he put one on the backside of the tent. The
Yeah.
tent, and so yeah, when he gets a hold of it, it can go. When he's locked in, he really is. I mean, we hit him about seventh in our lineup,
Is that
and
right?
yeah, I mean, it feels kind of crazy to say it out loud, but when it's on, like, he's one of the better, hitters. And like I said, I think he's one of the better first basemen out there because he's kind of a mitts, and even when it's like a hop or odd, his just big body kind of can help
Yeah.
block play. So
I like his swag, you know. I mean, like I said, he's quiet, doesn't say a whole lot, but a big dude and just he's always got his game face on every classic. And so it sounds like, we don't need sounds like you had a bit of a falling out with the shortstop, but he's a hell of a player. Talk to me about that shortstop and how his stickball play.
I mean, again, Matty Mac's one of those guys. Most sports we play, he's one of the better guys we have. Doesn't matter.
Hmm.
He kind of gets a little overlooked sometimes. I think people look at him and don't realize how athletic he is. Um, but when it comes to stickball, um, I think he's the best stickball player I think the Classic's ever seen and Bethlehem's ever seen. Um, it's hard
Strong
to
words.
hard to say when every year, Shams or Classic Woj is like, it's gonna be a ground rule double in right field if it goes over. Like,
Yeah.
they're gonna cut the tree, strictly because of one person. And I think even when you count the fact that he's a righty and he just puts it over there like pretty automatically, it's like an insane thing to watch. And then again, because his offense is so good, a thing that gets overlooked is his defense. He's
Yep.
got a ton, over at short, and just fires it can fire it in there. And so yeah, I mean,
Yeah, one of the harder positions in stickball, that third base and shortstop. Not discounting the right field there, the sandbox, but yeah, he's a lot of fun to watch. Like I said, you guys have a fun team to watch over the years. Now, talk to me about the competition and who you think could knock off MFS, or if you think right now, even with the loss of they still have a great opportunity to win it in 2025.
definitely think the boys have a great job to win it. I think, you kind of said it a little bit earlier. I won't say I'm the leader, but of the group. But I definitely think my role is the vibes, keeping the boys where they need to be at, kind of keeping us fired up, whether that's me chirping somebody else and them being like, all right, let's roll, like let's go. Or just letting them know, like, hey, we're good, we're right here, level it out. And let's do this thing. So I do think that plays a big part in it. Staying locked in, staying focused. I definitely think there are teams that can win it. I mean, respect to you guys, we always take you guys very seriously, the Hillers. You
Yeah.
guys
Yeah, a
for
little past our prime now. I don't know how I'm going to sort this out yet in terms of the interviews, but I'm interviewing a couple different players. One of them being Nick Johnson from the Hillers, and he's coming up for the tournament this year. And he made a statement that if you look at us objectively right now, we're over the hill, and a lot of these younger teams are just better, quicker, faster. And to your point, you kind of got to be doing both. You can't be hitting and not fielding, or fielding and not hitting. So
for you guys, like you said, I think it is one of the things overlooked is how long that day can be. Um,
yeah,
I like talking about a team that can beat us, the Charlie Browners. They have beaten us before.
yeah,
Uh, They talked a lot of trash after that, said we were packed in, and they haven't really been able to do it ever since then. So, but I remember I think it was either last year again, 2 years ago, one of their guys came out after the semifinal game, was like, "Are you guys not hurting?" And we are like, "Nah, we're pretty good. We feel good." And he's like, and you could tell he was like, "Oh," he's like, "We're kind of hurting a little bit out here. It can be a long day."
yeah.
Um,
It can. And this year, it'll be interesting because we're doing all the games in one spot with what's going on up at St. Ursula parking lot. So it's going to be interesting to see that dynamic because it's obviously going to play a factor. So like I said, it will be interesting, and I will be talking to a member of the Charlie Browners as well, Big Sheds. He was probably the one mouthing off because he has a tendency to do that. But yeah, anyone else that comes to mind in terms of
last year we ended up having to play Sunday morning, which was a
that's right.
little rough shape after the night before,
Yeah,
but the Salisbury's team gave us a run for our money, and we needed our bottom half of the last inning to kind of get over the hump and survive that. Um, Again, I had a rough day in rough morning in right field in that game. That was one of the worst games you'll see out of a right fielder, and I think they realized that early, and again, that's a team that when they're on and they got everybody, they are really tough to beat because they play that good defense and then they know how to hit for stickball. Um, Again, the team we played in the championship, a bunch of young
yeah. I think Northwestern, if I have that correct.
NWSL, I think is what they
Yep.
were on the bracket. They're a bunch of young athletic kids.
Hmm.
To them, a lot of them just won a state championship in football, so I do want to give them some love. But that just
Absolutely.
shows
Yeah.
how athletic they are. And so if they're going and they're doing their thing and kind of taking again to that next step, really trying to get the W, it's one of those things where they really could be, a machine if they really kind of lock it in and pick it up. But
I,
I think those four teams, you guys, the Hillers, NWSL, Charlie Browners, and Salisbury are really the four that I think kind of as unless a new team pops in that really shows it are the four that I would say have the best chance.
I would likely agree. Ant. Now, let's talk about you a little bit. You're in the prime of your career here, right? I'm just thinking about this. I'm like, well, the Classic is coming up. He's not even on a team. So, now it's like I'm thinking, all right, now he's graduated to, stickball correspondent. But I'm thinking, no, he's got a long career left to go. So maybe not this year, but am I to believe that Ant Davis is a free agent moving forward?
We'll see if a free agent. I can say this. I will guarantee I will be back next year. It is
Okay, all right.
my favorite day of the year. I
All
look.
right. Well, I think that's if you're listening and you're a team captain or you're on a team and You need a player. I mean, I'd be sending the DMs to Ant Davis right now if I were you. But and I'm sure those will come. But who knows what happens in the future? I appreciate you joining us and giving us some of your thoughts on both the past and the future of the Fountain Hill Stickball Classic. Any parting words before we let you go, Ant?
Just want to say, everybody have a good time. Again, we look forward to it. I will say me and my buddies look forward to it every year. Thank you guys for putting on such a fun day. It's for a great cause. So we're happy that people still love coming out. We get like 20 teams a year now coming out consistently. And it makes it just such a fun day. No matter what happens,
Yep.
we've had years where we lost and it's still just a blast. Um, and so I do want to say thank you to you guys. Thank you, Spect, all you
Yeah.
guys listening, put in, hours of work to kind of keep this thing going. Because we really do look forward to it. And like I said, hope everybody has a good time, enjoys their time, plays well. I'll still always ride with MFS. Those are the
All
boys.
right.
That's gonna be my pick. I think we're gonna get it done again this year. They look great.
Okay.
Um, and I'm interested to see no sand pit this year. That's gonna be a game changer in right field. It's gonna be, I believe it's grass now up there at the park.
Yeah, so I think I don't know. I'm waiting to talk to Alex. I don't know the details like that. So I'll find out and I'll ask those questions when I have Alex on. But I think they're going to be using both venues. Now it's a great question on where they play the championship game. So yeah, and furthermore, if MFS does make a run without you, I'm interested to see who plays right field for them.
They got a kid out there that I like his potential. I've seen a couple cuts.
Okay.
Start, but he's finding a rhythm. And I think defensively, I think he's got what it takes to really be pretty good. So I don't expect too much of a drop off out in right field. He definitely won't be as rah-rah as I am. I don't think you can replicate quite as rah-rah as I
No,
am.
definitely
But
not. Definitely not.
I think he'll be perfectly fine when it comes to actual play out there on the field. I think he'll be ready to go. So
Awesome. Thanks, Ann. I again appreciate you coming on and look forward to talk to you next time.
have a good one. And like I said, enjoy the day, fellas. Good luck to everybody.
Thanks, Ant. All right, everybody. We have a special guest with us today, none other than former Classic champion, Charlie Browner's first baseman, Shane Edwards. Shane, thanks for being here today.
Thank you for having me. I'm definitely honored to be on here.
I'm very excited to have you. Some of you may remember Shane from an impassioned victory speech after they won the championship in 2022.
When you work so hard like we do in practice, we skip out on events, we skip on our hangouts to be there. We do this for this reason right here. We are the new MFS. We're packing them up. That Charlie Brown nonsense, we are here for that. We are the new team that's going to run this classic for a long time. This is not no fluke. We are here for that, baby, and we love this.
You can see the pride and joy that these guys have in it.
Absolutely.
And absolutely congratulations.
Thank you.
You guys celebrate tonight. Have a great time, and thanks for coming out.
Thank
for
you
the
so
22
much.
Classic.
Hey, we'll see y'all next year. Same thing next year, baby.
Now, it's been a couple years since 2022, and the Charlie Browners have not had the same success. Now, as a leader of the team, talk to me about the players on the team and the success you had in 22.
Yeah, so I think, winning in 22, I think you can almost borderline call that like a Cinderella run. I personally attest to this, that I do not think that there is a harder bracket that we went through that you could draw up for another team to go through. I mean, it truly starts from the top. We played Liberty, who that year made the state championship in baseball for Liberty High School.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we came to that game. We weren't really worried, but of course, it's the first game. You got some jitters. You kind of mess up here and there, but of course, we escaped that. Then you go on to Salisbury, 3-time champs. I mean, they're no joke. Then next game, you have the Hillers, 3-time champs again. So we have back-to-back games where we're battle-tested. But again, when you play with the same team for so long, I truly believe that you grow a connection and everybody plays a part. And then during that Hillers game, if I am not mistaken, that's the same game that Mike Donchez ran into the pole. We had to switch players, and we had Gabe Hans in the outfield. And during that game, he made a diving catch that if he does not catch that ball, They score and we do not win that game.
Yeah.
And then, of course, to go on to play MFS. And that game, I mean, we had stories.
Wow, you're calling me back now. I remember both of those instances. That was kind of a scary moment there when you said it was Mike Donchez ran into the pole, and then Gabe. What a catch! Oh my gosh, he's a hell of a center fielder.
Yeah, I don't think you'll see a better catch in the Classic just for the moment and what could have been if he dropped that ball as there was somebody rounding third. That moment will be instilled in our team forever. So, and then to go play MFS, I mean, there's a lot of hype there. You know, I personally, just me, they're very lax. They walk into these games and they think that, you know, it's another day for them. So I kind of took it personally during that championship game. And, you know, we work so hard and we practice a lot to get to those games. And I will tell you this, teams that come into the Classic and maybe they grab a baseball player from this team or a baseball player from that team, and they try to, this is how my analogy is. When you try to pull a Brooklyn Nets, when you bring KD, Kyrie, and Harden together, and you think it's just going to pop and work, it's not like that. See, I take our team like the Warriors. We're homegrown. We haven't, you know, when we first started, when Brent Brown first made that team, you know, some of the players aren't with us, but for the last, I think, 3 to 4 years, we've had the same crew. So when you get to know who is good at this and who is good at that, it makes it so much easier to play. So I like to look at us like, I don't think you can just plug and play. I think you need to have a team, and over time, you get better, because that was our first championship. It took us forever to get to that point.
It's interesting you bring the chemistry piece of this, because I don't know if you're aware, but key player for 5-time champion MFS is not going to be playing this year. Right fielder Ant Davis will be out of the lineup. Wow. So, and it's a plug and play. Mm-hmm. To your point, exactly. Yeah. So, they still have a great opportunity and a great chance to win it with the roster they have. But you talk pretty passionately about some of the guys on your team, and I don't know, how did you meet the guys on your team? Take me back to the inception of the Charlie Browners.
Yeah, so I mean, I went to a different high school than all of them. All of them, a lot of them some of them went to Freedom, but a lot of them went to Becca. So I really didn't meet a lot of them until I think my either junior year, when we kind of just met through hangouts and groups.
And you went to Becca?
No, I went to Liberty.
You went to Liberty, okay.
So I kind of met, you know, our captain, Brent Brown, kind of throughout groups, hanging out, and then we just started playing basketball together throughout the summers, and it just kind of grew to me, like, I love hanging out with them. Great group of guys. So for me, I think I fit in great with how they are. And then the one year they were playing, and he asked if I wanted to do it, and I was like, absolutely. You know, I never played any high school sports or anything, so for me, I take this a little bit more seriously. It's like we always joke around, and every time this comes around, it's Shane's Super Bowl. So, but yeah,
man, I love it.
There's moments where I might lose myself in the moment, but that is just, it's all passion. So that's all.
I love it, and you know what? That leads me to my next question. Take me back to 2022, that last out. You know, just take me back to that moment where you win that championship and kind of the emotions, and then the rest of that night. What did you guys do, and how'd you celebrate?
Man, I mean, I remember something from over 3 years ago so well. Like, I remember I hurt my hamstring. I fell. I couldn't bat the last 2 innings. I could barely walk. And it's so crazy because I remember when we came back out to finish the inning, and that was it. We got our first out. I think it was a pop fly, and then there was 2 outs left. And for anybody that plays any type of sport, you can just feel it. We recorded the second out, and then the adrenaline started kicking. I felt like my hamstring was perfectly fine. When I tell you, you could feel it in the outfield. You could feel that we were going to do something and take down a team.
Yeah, I remember. I could feel it.
There was something in the air, and that is something that we are chasing, that feeling again. But to get that last out, I remember I was sitting there and I was like, this is really about to happen. You know, you think it's going to happen. You know, you can tell your team every time you're going to win, but we were so prepared that day. And I remember the last out, the ball was hit past Brent, our pitcher, went right to David, and Dave scoops it up. And it's so funny because a lot of times in my world, where me and Dave, I've known him since he was a kid, things that start with us end with me and him somehow. It always works that way. And as soon as he scooped it up, and he's played baseball his entire life, I knew he was putting that ball on a rope.
Yeah.
And if I dropped that ball, I promise you I'd still hear it to this day. So when I caught it, man, it's just,
oh yeah,
it just felt like you did it. Like,
that's
now,
awesome.
Again, you could say it's not that big of a deal, but for who we faced and how we got there, I truly do not think that there is a better run than that. I mean, it's St. Peter's-esque, in my opinion.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love to hear that. And you can see the passion and the joy you have there. Now, you want to get back to, you mentioned getting back to that place. I mean, talk to me specifically about what the keys to getting there are.
Yeah. So, yeah, last year we definitely fell short. We played, I think it was Northwestern, and listen, those kids got heart. They got fight, and there we kind of look at them as like a little us, like a younger us, like a little brother, because they have the fight, they have the urgency. The first inning, I mean, man, they scored 11 runs. The bats were swinging for them, so we fought all the way to the end. I know, I think it was Mike Donch had a grand slam, I'm pretty sure, brought us back. So little too late for us, but to get back to that moment, like you're saying, I mean, we just have to communicate. I think sometimes the last 2 years we can look back and reflect, just playing our game. When we are all in sync and we're not sweating the little stuff, we can play our game. And I kind of look back on it, and then sometimes in life you have to go 2 steps back to go 3 steps forward. So this year we're kind of taking a different approach, and we're taking it game by game. If you look too far ahead in the future, you're going to get lost in where we need to go. It's not like if you win one game, you're automatically in the finals. So we're just waiting for the bracket, and we are just prepared, but we're definitely hungry, and we definitely want to put every other team on check that was no Mickey Mouse Clubhouse win. All right. That wasn't no LeBron James bubble ring. So,
okay. All right. Well, time will tell. Time will tell. A lot of teams again this year, a lot of competition as always, but as good a chance as any. You guys have always been competitive, but that Northwestern team, you're right. I mean, they got some heart and they got some talent and some athleticism to them. So they're going to be a tough out for a long time as well. If they're a younger they're not going anywhere, right?
No.
But you guys just may be hitting your prime. So we'll have to wait and see. I wish you the best of luck. And again, Shane, I really appreciate you coming on. Any parting words or words for your teammates or words for the competition?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely would tell anybody that we were playing to buckle up, because we're coming in with a little bit more fire. So we're competitive, we're ready to play, and we can't wait for next Saturday.
Love to hear it, Shane. Always a pleasure talking to you, and best of luck next weekend at the Classic.
Thank you.